Dragon Ball Fighters. Y'all, the more that I hear about this game, the more that I watch this game, the more that I read my Game Informer magazine over and over and over again, the more that I get super excited about this game. Now, if y'all know me and y'all know the style of Dragon Ball games that I like the most, then you know that I'm probably a little bit more of a fan of the Tenkaichi or the Budokai series and the Dragon Ball Xenoverse series. And it's awesome that we're getting back to a time where we have multiple Dragon Ball games out at the same time. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is actually still adding DLC, and we know for sure there's going to be another Xenoverse because the developers have said it. Bandai said it because of the success of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which to date is the highest selling Dragon Ball game in America. And then here comes Dragon Ball Z Fighters, y'all. And if y'all know me, I'm not a huge fan of 2D fighters. Now, that was the first Dragon Ball Z game that I ever played was Shin Butoden on the Super Nintendo emulator. So, and that was wow, I was maybe 9, 10 years old. It was a long time ago, y'all. And so I remember those days. And this brings a bit of nostalgia. Not only that, but oh my God, the graphics look amazing. Now, the screenshots that y'all seeing are back and forth between Xenoverse 2 and Fighters because this is my journey from Xenoverse 2 to Fighters. And I'm still going to be playing Xenoverse 2, but y'all, Dragon Ball Z Fighters will bring in so many people. It will bring in people who are not even fans of Dragon Ball Z. And I love it so much because the animation is sick. It looks just like the anime. And I love that. I love that about Dragon Ball Z Fighters and the destructible environments. And the thing I love the most is the ultimate attacks. I love the way how it shows the blast going out for the planet. I love that. I wish that Xenoverse would implement some of those things, and maybe they will. But for right now, we got to focus on what's in front of us, and it is this gem right here. I am going to be a prognosticator and say that I think that Dragon Ball Z Fighters it takes the mantle of the highest selling Dragon Ball Z game in history because not only are you going to have just about every single Dragon Ball Z fan salivating to buy this game, but you're going to have the competitive fighting game players who maybe not look at fighters or Dragon Ball Z games, and they'll come and get it to play on the competitive circuit and things of that nature, y'all. This game, I am so ready for this game. And I was ecstatic to hear that it came out in January. It comes out in January instead of February, even though it's at the end of January. But I digress. I cannot wait for the beta for this game. I signed up for the closed beta, but I didn't get into that. But I've been watching Maximilian, his channel, and I've been watching Romstyle, his channel to, watch gameplay on this stuff, man. And it's awesome because Maximilian, for instance, I'm a huge Killer Instinct fan, y'all. So I say that I don't really play fighters per se, but I did. Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo and then on the Xbox One, y'all. And Maximilian loves Killer Instinct too. I like Mortal Kombat too, but I'm not gonna say I'm a diehard, straight fighter fan. I played some Street Fighter in my day and things like that back on the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, So I can get down a little bit, but the thing that I like most about Dragon Ball Z Fighters is if you're a true Dragon Ball Z fan, unlike Xenoverse, where the characters tend to be copy and paste. They don't have a sense of their own personality aside from their special attacks. In fighters, every character is basically sculpted. Picture going to the dealership to buy a Nissan Altima or going to buy a handmade Lamborghini or something, or a handmade Bugatti. You get what I'm saying? It's there's a level of craftsmanship that goes into Dragon Ball Z Fighters, man, where they even said, for instance, in Xenoverse 2, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or I call it Super Saiyan Blue. I don't even know why they still call it Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Anyway, but Super Saiyan Blue Goku in Xenoverse fights the same as regular Goku, aside from his special attacks. But in Dragon Ball Z Fighters, that's not the case. They have even said that in the Game Informer magazine interview that Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta, and Goku both fight different than their Super Saiyan counterparts. And that to me is phenomenal. Now, there's not a large list of characters for this game like you see Xenoverse with 60, 50 characters and things of that nature. There's 15 to start out, and then there's 8 expected to come with DLC and possibly more. Now, here's the thing about that. The thing about that is, while people look at Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and they say, oh, we got to have a big roster, you really don't have to have a big roster when it comes to fighting games, because fighting games are meant for you to find a character that you like and master their move set. But Dragon Ball Z Fighters is set up to where you actually have 3 characters, but even though one is on the stage at a time, you have 3 characters. So there's a lot of work involved, but Arc System did say that they made this game in a way that if you're new to fighting games or you're trying to get into fighting games, that the transition is a relatively easy one compared to other games such as Blaze Blue and things of that nature. And that excites me because while I love playing fighting games, and I was a beast at Killer Instinct. That was back in the day, thumbs with blisters and everything, if you know what I'm talking about. Dragon Ball Z Fighters to me is my way to fall deeper in love with a different genre of games. And having a chance to play as some of my favorite Dragon Ball characters, it's gonna make it even more special and more. It's just gonna make it greater as far as learning each character moves and how they play. Me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be playing with Vegeta. That's my boy, man. Everybody like Goku and stuff. No, man. Give me Vegeta, give me Trunks, and I might throw a little Goku in there, but I digress. That's all I got for right now, y'all. Check out this game. I'm thinking about getting a collector's edition. What edition are you planning on getting? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, baby. Like the channel and comment. Till next time, y'all. And God bless.